What's up everybody, back here with another video, and today we'll be going over Cold War. Now we're going to be talking about if Cold War was actually a good game and if it received too much hate, or if the criticisms were valid, and also going to talk about if it's worth playing in 2023. So let's get right into it. Now when Cold War was released, it definitely had its fair share of problems. Not only was there not a lot of content, but the game was absolutely broken. Crashes everywhere, really laggy and glitchy, and not to mention those campaign cutscenes. But the interesting part is they fixed those problems within months. Not only that, but they regularly supplied the game with a bunch of content. I mean, it's definitely safe to say Cold War is a much better game now than it was at launch, which is how it should be. But the question that poses me is, if a game can get so much better after just 1 year of its release, why does Activision make their game studios push out these games so fast? I mean, Cold War would have been much more well received if it was released the way it is now. But to get a better understanding of Cold War, let's go over its main game modes first. Starting first with multiplayer. Multiplayer released with 8 game modes, 7 of which we've seen before, and 1 new one, which is VIP Escort, and Combined Arms as well. So at launch, there wasn't a whole bunch of content. And while the map design was good for the most part, there were not that many maps. So if you didn't like what you got, then too bad, you gotta wait to be spoon-fed content. But the good thing about the DLC was that it was free. But as this DLC slowly got added, the game got much better and better. It has a multiplayer with a bunch of modes, bunch of really fun maps, and not to mention the amount of guns there are. Cold War nowadays is a genuinely fun multiplayer experience to offer. And although it's not a huge problem today, skill-based matchmaking can really ruin your multiplayer experience. I really hope they do away with this in future CODs because it's just really annoying. It almost takes the fun out of the game when you're doing good, and it pretty much just punishes you for it with complete sweat lobbies. So it can kind of drive the casual player away. Also, the introduction of ranked was a great idea. They should honestly just leave skill-based matchmaking for ranked and go back to the old matchmaking for normal game modes. But let's talk about zombies. Now this zombies is very controversial for a few different reasons. People complain that it was too easy. Also, along with bringing your own gun into the game instead of spawning with a pistol, it was definitely received with mixed opinions. I personally really enjoyed it. I thought the first map was great, and honestly really liked all the maps they added afterwards. Firebase Z, Mauer der Toten, Forsaken, all really fun maps. Along with the Outbreak mode, if you didn't know what that was, it was kind of like an open world zombies experience. I don't think it was perfect. There was stuff they could have done to make it a little better, but I thought it was pretty fun, and I thought it was cool that they experimented a little bit with something new and branched out. I hope we get a return of that someday in a future COD. But do I think the zombies was good? Yes. Never exactly understood the hate it got. I get it was easier than other zombies, but the game was still no slouch. I'm not gonna lie, older zombies was pretty hard. So I think making the zombies a little easier just to appeal to more people, more of the casual fans. So in my opinion, the zombies was really good in Cold War. All the maps were fun, and it was the best and most forgiving movement we've ever had in zombies. When I say that, I mean like, I feel like the movement helped you get out of tricky situations you wouldn't have gotten out of in older Call of Duty titles, just because the movement was a little choppy. Now let's talk about the campaign. I thought the campaign was amazing. The missions were really fun and different. The story was pretty easy to follow, and it was really fun. Plus I am a little biased because I really like this time period. Very interesting time period to me. We also had a good combination of old iconic characters from the series, like Woods, Mason, and Hudson, along with new characters such as Adler, Bell, Park. I thought the characters were really done well in this game. Also, seeing Ronald Reagan was pretty cool. But that leaves us with the ultimate question. Was Cold War underrated, or did it deserve the hate that it got? Well, I'll be the first to tell you that I completely supported this game from launch. I always thought this game was really good and really fun, even though it did have a lot of problems at its launch. I always really liked it. But I am seeing a pretty common trend with Call of Duties nowadays. A lot of people will collectively hate on them at launch and during their life cycle, but then once the game's finished updating and the new COD's out, people will hate on the new COD, and then go back to the old CODs that they used to hate on and talk about how much they used to love it and how they like it now. Not saying that's everybody, but I feel like a lot of people are like that. Maybe that's sort of Activision's fault because their games are really bad at launch, and they'll typically get a lot better by the time they're finished updating. So I can't exactly blame the players, but I'm just saying it's a kind of common mentality I've seen across the Call of Duty community. But now the real question, is Call of Duty Cold War worth playing in 2023? Absolutely, yes it is. Personally, my favorite Call of Duty since Black Ops 3, and I may even say it might be better than Black Ops 3, but they're pretty close for me. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're considering playing it, you should definitely give it a try. I still play it in 2023, and if you like Call of Duty, then I think you'll definitely enjoy it. But anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then leave a like and subscribe. It would definitely be greatly appreciated. But see you guys later. Have a great rest of your day.